and we only got 14 students and 3 teachers. All right. All right, guys, good afternoon. Good afternoon, 6.RP.3.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And we got our weekly visitor, Mr. Haas.
I'm here. Hi, guys.
All right.
All right, guys, let's get this show on the road. So the first ones, they're going to go to the following. Arlenis, you're going to be reading the first page as you put in the learning target. Isabella, model problem number 2 with Shaylin. Let's get Joseph, Holman, and Daniela for number 2. And number 3 will be Cynthia and Lorena.
Now, guys, just a quick reminder. We only have school today and tomorrow in case you forgot or were unsure this morning. Okay, we're just reminding everybody that with that, we do have expectations that if we were you, you should do your iReady today and tomorrow. That way, over the Thanksgiving, when we're off on Wednesday to Sunday, we come back next Monday, the 30th, you guys have that all set to go and you don't have to worry. But you are expected to do 30 minutes a day of iReady. 2 hours is all we expect for this week. Make sense? All right, also too, you have to submit your notes at the end of the class before 4:15 today. There's office hours right after on this link. So reminder, if you do not score 100 on your independent and exit ticket, we're gonna request that you stay for office hours, just so that we can see where you're going wrong and where the mistake is and what issue you're having. Mr. R, let me give you co-hosting before we get started. And Javon Tyson just came. We have to change his name to, it said ABC 123. Let's just rename him. Javon.
Remember, we're not allowed to bring anybody else in here. Remember what happened last class?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, Javon, and we had Mariama just enter. So now they are officially late. They entered at 1:23, 3 minutes late. Let's get the show on the road, Mr. R. All right, guys, so it's going to be all students. Student read, student do. We're there just there to guide you. And then we're going to breakout rooms after we do problem 3. All right, here it goes. Okay, Charlenis was very helpful. Let's throw her some kickboard points for being helpful. Uh-oh. Okay, who's trying to come in now? Lorena was in. She just got kicked out with internet. All right, so Lorena is not late.
The hell.
Okay, here we go. As soon as it opens up, authorize, and let's get this show on the road in another second. All right, here we go. Loading. All right. You're going to write down what's in purple and what's in green. So reader, go.
Learning target. I can properly set up a proportion, find missing value, and apply it to real-world situations. Today's scholars, we are going to be learning how to create, set up, and solve proportions to find the missing values. Important vocabulary words. Proportion, a statement that shows that 2 rates or ratios are equivalent, equal. Remember, in a proportion, the units must be in the same order in both ratios, such as teaspoons over pounds equals teaspoons over pounds. Steps on solving proportions. Label the units from the problem as a fraction. Substitute, plug in a replacement, the numbers in the numerator and denominator that match your labeling. Cross multiply, butterfly method. Solve for the missing value or a known amount. Check your answer to make sure it's reasonable, makes sense. Operations, multiplying and dividing.
Okay, awesome. So guys, there are going to be 5 steps, but they're going to be condensed into 3, so it'll be easier for you to write. We are going to take what we applied last week, which is unit rate, as you write this down. We're going to take the unit rate and we're going to add on a layer now. We're going to figure out the other side. We know that a proportion is 2 statements that show that rates and ratios are equivalent. So we're going to have 2 fractions and we're going to prove how they're equivalent by using the butterfly method to figure out either the numerator, the top number, or the denominator, the bottom number of fractions. So take another 30 seconds to write down what's in purple in the square and the green. We're gonna multiply, and sometimes we'll have to do division for today. You'll see what we mean in a moment. We're gonna apply these 5 steps on problems 2 and 3, folks.
Reminder, guys, your camera should be on at all times. I already wrote it in the chat. I just wanted to say it again. Your camera should be on at all times unless you're on a tablet, which you didn't notify me, or you went to the bathroom, right? So let's get into the habit of actually chatting that up.
All right, 10 more seconds, folks. And then we're gonna move on. 5 more. 3.
Jean
2.
Carlos, your camera needs to be turned on. If not, you will be placed in the waiting room.
And that goes for anyone that turns it off without notifying us.
Going once. Actually, that's the 3rd time already.
Yeah. So your co-host, you could do what you need to do. Okay, someone else is coming in now. Gene, oh, it looks like he's trying to come back in. All right, we're gonna move on. Model problem 1, if you remember who you are, Mr. R assigned you, please read this and tackle this on your own. Let's go. Starting easy and we're gonna layer it on. Go.
Do you need me to repeat who is it again?
Yeah, can you say who it was, please?
Shay, this is you.
Shaylin? Shay.
Is Shay there?
Kevin just entered.
Nice.
Let's see what's going on here.
Jane, your camera is still off. Turn it on. Okay, let's go again. Shaylin?
Are you?
She's here.
Okay.
Go ahead, Shay. Okay, maybe Alan. Alan, can you pick up?
What is this?
Read letter A, sir, and enter.
That's Haley?
Write the ratio of triangles to circles using the image below.
Good. So what do we say? It says numbers of triangles and numbers of circles.
The amount of triangles there is 4, and the amount of circles there are 2.
Okay. Mr. He said 4/2. Did I hear that? Okay. There's somebody that's name that says Haley, but I don't know if it is Haley or not. I can't tell. Can you
throw me in the waiting room and I could check?
Yeah, I don't know who that person was. I thought it was Javon Tyson.
Yeah, you could always just throw a co-teacher in the waiting room. You'd be like, hey, who is this? So if you want, you can put me in the waiting room. I'll just ask.
How do I do that?
I got you.
Yeah, you just go to my name and throw me in the waiting room.
Oh. All right. Mr. R, do you want to continue?
Sure. Shay, when you fix your mic, we can actually tackle the next one. I'm gonna just go down the list I have here. Angie, pick up for letter C.
Do we let Haas back in?
Yeah, I guess so.
Angie.
Hey, Haas, did you get a?
Yeah, never mind. That actually didn't work. You could put me in the waiting room, but I can't talk with other people that are also in the waiting room. My bad. Sorry about that.
Okay, we didn't know. Now we know. All right, Angie.
Alan said that looks like Casey.
Oh,
Casey, we need you to rename yourself. Or actually, I'll rename you.
because I marked her absent because I didn't know who it was. All right.
Ortega, right?
It's not letting me rechange my name. It just keeps on saying mute, or it doesn't let me change my name.
Is it Casey Ortega, right?
Yeah, that's me. It's just it has my name as Haley, but it's not letting me change my name.
All right, we'll take care of you. We got you.
I think I changed the name.
No, here, I'll do.
I renamed somebody else, Casey. Oh, snap.
Oops. Let's rename this person. Okay. Casey, got it. I got it.
Okay.
Go ahead, continue on. My dog just fell off the chair.
All right. Sorry, whoever I changed their name. I'm so sorry. All right, Angie, it's you, right? It says separate the triangles and circles into 2 equal groups.
So if there are 4 triangles and 2 circles, how many triangles, how many circles in a group?
Angie, can you hear me? Shay answered it in the chat.
There's gonna be 2.
Yeah, good. All right, 2. Because when you do the math, 4 divided by 2 equals what? 2, right? So, but look at this though. Look what Miss Canella's doing. 2 over what?
2 over 3.
Try again.
2 over 1.
1 what?
1 circle.
So now answer C now. See if you can take what you did on B and try C. What does C say?
It says, now write the ratio of triangles to circles in each group.
So what do we write?
2 over 1.
Good.
We still have to write this down.
Yes. Now D says what, Angie?
Oh, yeah. The proportion shown by the model is, and then it says, hint, use above images to fill in the fraction for the proportion.
Okay, so what did you start with and what did you end with? That's what they're asking here.
Okay, so started with 4 over 2 and 2 over 1.
Everyone see that? Yes? Questions before we move on, before Mr. I call the next 2 students to do the 5 steps that we're gonna model and help you with right now. Pretty straightforward, right? All you're doing is counting here.
All right, let's go with I actually got the next 2 people already.
All right.
So this one is actually going to be Isaiah Lay, since he looks like he's very entertained over there. So Isaiah, Isaiah, you ready? You know why I called on you. You know why.
You're gonna read it and you're gonna tell us the first, you're gonna do the steps for us. Go. It says Nia.
Nia knows that 6 tablespoons are the same as 1 cup. She needs to measure 3, is that 3/4?
Yes.
3/4 cups, but all she has is a tablespoon. How many tablespoons should Nia use? You must use a proper ratio.
Proportion.
Proportion.
Remember, proportion is 2 equal ratios of H that are equivalent. So Isaiah, please read step 1 and tell us what we should be writing there.
What are the 2 units that are being compared in this problem? Nia, show you.
Remember, no numbers, just units.
Tablespoons and cups. Tablespoons and cups.
Got you. I'm just having a little technical difficulty over here, so just give me a second. Tablespoons and cups. Continue.
Set up the fraction here with labels.
That means what are the units you're going to be writing down? Like if you looked here, right? See this example, teaspoons to pounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so now apply that here.
Teaspoons to cups.
Tablespoons to what?
Tablespoons to cups.
Okay, and what? Tablespoons to cups on one side, what's on the other? If it mirrors itself, huh?
Tablespoons
And?
and cups.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, continue. I'm just going to put the division and the equal sign. Keep going. I don't know what's going on over here, why the font is so tiny. We're going to try that again. Let's try to make this bigger. Keep going, Isaiah.
Okay, so let's go.
So now you're going to fill the numbers in. So looking at the first sentence, read the sentence again. Read sentence 1 to figure out the left side.
Nia knows that 16 tablespoons are the same as 1 cup.
Freeze. Fill in your fraction now.
16 and 1
Equals.
equals.
We're going to fill in the other side. Read the next sentence.
She needs to measure 3/4 cups, but all she has is a tablespoon.
Now, 3/4 of a cup for 1 tablespoon. Keep reading.
How many tablespoons should Nia use? You must use a proportion.
So now, 3/4 of a cup. Do you know how many tablespoons are needed for 3/4 of a cup? Does it say for 3/4 of a cup you need X tablespoons, or you have to figure it out?
You have to figure it out.
Good. So because I don't know it, guess what I'm going to call it to make it easy on your part? Right? We want tablespoons on the top. So since I don't know it, I'm going to call it a question mark. You'll see why later. How many cups?
Cups. 3/4.
Okay.
Converted to what? In terms of a decimal. What does it equal? Think about quarters.
You have 3/4. How much money do you have?
75.
Good. So you put a point in front of that, right? 0.75. It's the same thing as converting it, right? Now you plug that in, and now we're going to do something called the butterfly method, which Ms. Cannella is going to show you in a moment. We pretty much go 16 times 0.75, and we do 1, the question mark, and then she's going to draw a little head with the 2 antlers. There it is, right? Boom. Now the whole idea is that you're going to do multiplication. So step 1 is multiply.
What will you multiply?
So Isaiah, what is 16 times 75? 0.75.
16 times 75.
Nope, 0.75.
0.75.
Use your calculator.
What is it again?
16 times 0.75. It's also on your screen.
12.
Good. So 12 now, right? So are we done yet? That's the question.
No.
Oh, well, let's look at it, right? You said you got 12, right? So we step 1, but you got 12. Usually you have to actually do what? Divide. If you divide 12 divided by 1, you get what?
12.
Good, which is the same answer. I just don't want you to forget about that step because that's actually how you solve. We do the inverse operation. So you got 12 what?
12 tablespoons
For how many
for
cups? I mean, yeah.
for 3/4.
Yes. Beautifully done. Does everyone see that? Does anyone have any questions on how we got this answer? Or
I'll give you guys 45 seconds to 30 seconds to copy this down. Then I'm taking it off. Or you can simply hold down Control, Shift, and on top of the 6, there's a square button that allows you to take a screenshot. How you got 12? Okay, Kevin, we did 16 times 0.75, and you get 12.
now just keep in mind, guys, Mr. R answered how we got 12. When you submit these notes, you're not sending in the screenshots of this work. It has to be your handwriting. Okay, we're going to move on now.
10 seconds left.
Sorry, Mr. R. I thought we were done.
You're good. 3, 2, go ahead, Ms. Cannella. You can proceed.
All right, listen up. To do question 3 now, there's no of these scaffold questions. You have to know step 1, 2, 3. So when you answer this question, you should refer back to your notes. Who's doing this one, Mr. R? They're going to do it.
I think I picked Cynthia. I forgot your partner, Cynthia.
Cynthia?
It was
All right,
supposed to be
Cynthia.
Cynthia. I think Cynthia and Joseph, I think I said.
All right, Cynthia and Joseph. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Okay, so first we have
You better read
first yeah. So first we have to find out the things we're comparing. This would be the cost. To be the amount of ears of corn.
Okay, come.
How much the cost.
Come on. Come. Shut up.
Next, we divide
I said
8
shut it.
by $4, and that will leave us with 2 as our unit rate.
Oh, so you want to find the unit rate? Okay. Keep going, Joseph. I'm writing exactly what you're saying.
So if we have, so if there's 8 ears of corn and they're each ears $4 each, we have to divide the 8 by 4 and see what we get. So since 8 divided by 4 is 2, means we have $2 per ear of corn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking what you're doing. Keep working, sir.
So step 3, yeah, to make a table and fill it in to find out how much money that 16 ears of corn will cost.
Okay.
Since we're going in by 2s, yeah, to put in 16 bars and skip count by 2s to find the cost of 16 ears of corn.
Okay. So keep going. I want to hear what else you do.
So first we have to list. So for 3, we have to fill in a table and skip out by 2s to find out how much it will cost to buy 16 ears of corn.
So Joseph, question. How do you solve it using the butterfly? Your method is perfect.
Mm-hmm. You can, let's see, you can do the butterfly method. So, here's the
So you said 8/4, right? For the money.
mm-hmm.
Shorts.
The money to ears.
These are shorts.
That's 16 ears.
Those are shorts.
You need to figure out the top number.
That's shorts.
Your
bike shorts.
right? Oh no, I did it backwards. Oopsies, I did it backwards. This should actually be. So then, Joseph, if you divide 4 by 8, we're not going to get 2 to 1, right? That's not going to make sense, right? Right, Joseph? How to correct that? Let's go back over here. Hold on. Right? Let's see what we did.
But the other paper came up with some
Let's just try to kind of go back and see if we can make some changes.
Yeah, can you put some straight
If we do the butterfly method, we would,
How would we correct this in the proper way if we did it cross?
Just the way you labeled them, Mr. Noah.
Oh.
So you do cost in ears of corn, and you do the 4 ears of the 8 ears for $4. And you actually put 16 next to 8 in terms of ears. You're looking for the total amount of money. For that,
I got you.
Hey, Joseph, I'm gonna mute you really quickly.
So Joseph, it should be cost. It was my mistake over ears of, I wrote what he said though too, Mr. R.
Yeah, I know, but it was his layout. So guys, you guys want to write it down exactly the way it's written in the problem, right? We know that we're gonna do cost over ears of corn. That's given. Now, if we do the math correctly, right, it should be $4 over 8.
I'm just trying to fix the mistake. Okay, got it. I'm ready, Mr. R. So,
Who's gonna say it? Who's gonna do it? Who you want?
who do we want to correct?
Let's try Daniela. Daniela, you there? Albert is super late. Daniela? No, Daniela. Let's see who's there.
Mariama, maybe?
Mariama could do it. Isabella could do it.
One of you girls,
Lennis could do it.
somebody. Because now,
Anybody, just unmute yourself and let's go for it.
so now that you have your correct units, you now have to label corns over ear equal corns over ear and substitute it to do butterfly. Go, take it over.
Isabella just unmuted herself. Go ahead, Isabella.
Okay, so the cost is $4. And then there's 8 sweet corn.
Keep going. Now do the other proportion, or the other ratio here. How much will 16 cost?
16 for the denominator.
Okay.
And
And
what,
then for the numerator,
We don't know that, right? That's what we're looking for, right?
yeah.
So now we got to cross multiply. Butterfly method.
so what do we multiply, Isabella? If you go on a diagonal,
$4.16.
Good.
which is how much money? Right, you're gonna multiply. She said here, you're gonna multiply. There's another way you could do this too.
Yep. There's mad ways you guys could do this.
You're gonna multiply 16 times 4. Isabella, what do you get? How much money is that?
So 4 times 16 is $64.
Good, Cynthia. I seen in the chat. Good, Joseph.
$64. And now you wanna figure out the cost,
So what do you do, guys? What's the inverse operation of multiplication? Or Lennis? Okay, Isabella, go ahead. Somebody say it. All right, write it in the chat. Division, yes, division. We got to divide, right?
what are we dividing?
We got 64. What are we dividing?
64 and what?
8. Good, Angie. Good.
Is how much? Someone said it. 8 what? What does this top number represent? Dollars, 8 ears of corn. What is this?
Ears of corn, Joseph said it.
Not 8 ears of corn, Joseph, because look, the ears of corn are your denominator. Corn, bottom denominator. Corn, denominator. The numerator, the top, is the cost. So if 4 of them cost $8, 16 of them is going to cost 8. You're just going to double it. Right? So it's $8 is the cost of 16 ears of corn. You guys see that?
There's multiple ways to do that. Miss Canella, can I?
Can you tell them how to check it, Mr. R?
Oh, absolutely. Right, guys? So if you guys take and you do the math, right? Miss Canella's going to write 8 over 16. Can we simplify this? Can we simplify 8 over 16? And if so, let's start with dividing it by 2. Yeah, right? That's how we usually start. So let's divide that whole 8 over 16 divided by 2. And what do you get, Alan? What's 8 divided by 2? 4. I see 4. And then what do you get at the bottom? 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Good. So when you look at the math, that's exactly what we started off with, right? So do you know if that's one way to do that? You can also just say 8 times what equals 16?
Mm-hmm.
8 times what equals 16? 2. So if you do the math, whatever you do to the bottom, you also got to do to the top. You multiply the top, and you get what? 8. Always it's going to be the same answer, guys, whichever method is you feel more comfortable with.
And one other way, Mr. R, they can also cross multiply. 8 times 8, they get 64. And 16 times 4, because of the butterfly method, cross products is 64. So that is, we just showed you 3 ways. You can also make a table like Joseph said. Well, why would you want to do that when the numbers get bigger, right? All right?
All right. So that being said, we're going to stop here, and we're going to do the breakout room session. We'll give you another 30 seconds as I still see people copying and writing these things down. Remember, you have to submit your notes. For our representatives in the breakout rooms, I have our Lennis, and I have Mariam. Actually, I'll take that back. It's probably our Lennis and Shay.
Yeah, our Lettuce and Shay. Perfect.
Well, and is it, maybe we could do our
3.
Lennis, Shay in separate breakout rooms, and Alan and Isabella in separate breakout rooms.
So we
So
say
let's partner up.
Alan and Isabella, and then Shay and Arlenis in another one?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to now do that. So again, you're going to be practicing the skills in your breakout room to do problem 4. When you're done, you can work on the independent in your breakout rooms. Mr. R and I will go on mute, and Mr. Haas, and we're just here to see what you guys are going to do. So we're just going to randomly assign you into, or Mr. Haas, do you want a breakout room too?
It's up to you. I typically don't, but
Do you want one?
you can throw me in.
If we do
Just
that.
watch. I think the kids would be kind of shy around me, to be honest.
Okay, no problem. All right, so breakout room 1, this is how it's gonna go. We are going to put, Mr. R said, Alan and Isabella in 1. Okay, we're gonna put this person, this person, this person, that person, this person, this person. Okay, that's gonna be 1. In the second breakout room.
Alan, you with me, man? Don't go to sleep on me, man. Daniela, where are you? Daniela. Did you get a chat something that she went to the restroom or something?
I didn't see, Mr. R.
All right, let's do this, Mr. Cano. I'm ready.
All right. Everyone,
in there, guys.
Rooms are open. Rooms are open. Everyone go to your breakout room. Everyone go to your breakout room. Michelle, Casey, Daniela, go to your breakout room. Michelle, go to your breakout room. Thank you. Daniela, go to your breakout room, Daniela. Daniela, go to your breakout room, Daniela. All right, guys. So I'm going to present the screen. We have Shaylin and Arlenis. You guys are the teachers, and we're just here to orchestrate what you do. So Arlenis and Shay, just like what you did the other day, you're going to dish out roles like we do and assign everyone. We're going on mute now. It's all you.
Okay, so the person who's going to be reading today is Joseph.
First, the water level in an ocean bay changes at an average rate of 6 meters per hour. At this rate, how many hours would it take for the water level to change to 12 meters?
Okay. Step 1, you're going to be finding the units you're going to be comparing.
Let's see, so since I'm trying to find out the number of hours to the number of meters.
Yes. Okay. Now, step 2, you need to find the unit rate.
So we can do that by having to divide the 12 by the 6 meters per hour and see what we get.
So Arlenis, do you agree with that? Is that what we modeled for step 2? Look,
Thing is, I didn't really hear him because he was a bit too loud and I could not understand what he was saying.
you want someone else to say it?
Sure, yeah. Alberry.
Arlenis, Shay, you guys want to help him out? Call in somebody? What do you want to do?
Angie can go. Okay, Angie.
Okay. So we're gonna put meters over hours.
Okay.
And then we put again meters over hours.
Good.
Now we have to do the butterfly method.
Yes. Okay, so what's the first thing we do in the butterfly method?
We have to write down the fraction. Well, the meters and hours.
Okay. That's done already. Now we just have to bring down an arrow. Okay. Okay. So okay, so what are we gonna write down on the what fractions are we going to write?
It would be 6/12.
Okay.
And then we will
What are we gonna write on
put
the
12.
second fraction? Say that again.
12 for the denominator.
Okay. Okay, now we're going to do the butterfly method.
Hold on, Arlenis, which is the denominator, on the left or the right?
She said that she said 6/12 on the, like, can you scroll down so I can see? She said for the first one, she said 6/12 on the first one, and she didn't get to say the second one.
Do you agree with her if you read the first sentence, though? It says 6 meters per hour. Think about what per means, what number. Remember, when you find unit rate, each, every, per means what?
Multiply.
Which number, when you find the unit rate, you're figuring out how much, there you go. So what should this be?
1.
There you go. Okay, now continue. Go ahead, I'm going back on mute. So you did the first sentence. Now look at this. Forget.
So and the other one, we should put 12. And the other one, we should put 12.
As the denominator or the numerator?
Denominator.
Okay, now we're gonna do the butterfly method to find out the denominator. I think it's the denominator. Yeah. Okay, so what is, okay, space for her too. Okay, so figure it out. What is it?
Okay,
What is the
so
first thing we're gonna be doing in the butterfly method?
we're gonna multiply 1 times 2,
And what is that?
12.
So what are we gonna do with the 12?
We're gonna divide it by 6.
And that is
2.
good. So what are we gonna write down on the denominator?
2.
Good.
To what?
2 hours.
Anyone have any questions on what Arlenis helped you with and your peers? Should you try the independent practice? I think that would be a good idea. So let me go get that up here. That's what you're working on right now for the next 17 minutes. You have that in your exit ticket. Office hours are right after, so feel free to stay.
Oh, I forgot. Albert, what did you do? What did you just multiply? He said he did it differently.
Oh, I would like to hear what he did. Thanks, Mr. Haas. I don't know where it went now. Where was it?
I think I know what he did. There's a bunch of ways you could have done this.
Yeah, I did it a different way. How do I get back to what I had up? You want to tell us what you did? Alberry? You want to?
He wrote in the chat saying that he can't hear much.
You can't hear much. You want to type in the chat maybe what you did? Now's your opportunity. You can type it if you can't speak it or hear us.
He said he multiplies 1 times 12.
Okay, which is what?
And he says he multiplied 1 times 12 and 6 times 2.
Would you multiply though? I did inverse operations unit, right? Okay. So wait, I see why he would multiply 1 times 12 to show that they're equivalent. But if you multiply 1 times 12 and you have 6 times something, you would actually do the inverse, right, to figure it out. Okay, I kind of think I know what he's trying to say there, but I'm not 100% sure.
I see what he's saying, but you did end up doing the same thing. He still did use inverse operations. He just didn't set up the full proportion.
Correct. The reason why we stress that, guys, okay, I want to come back for a sec, is because when the numbers start to get harder, and you can speak to Mr. Haas too, when you move into 7th grade, you have to label all your work. Because labeling all your work is going to ensure, that means know that you're going to put the numbers in the correct spot. If you just start throwing numbers on your paper, chances are you're going to make a mistake, as you saw that I did because I wasn't paying attention earlier. So please get in the habit of writing, like, have we been showing you? Like apples over cost, or whatever it is, meters over hours, miles over kilometers. That way you can put the numbers in the correct spot. Make sense? All right,
Yes.
independent practice is going up. We're gonna stay here for like another few minutes, another 2 minutes. So Arlenis, let me just show you guys what you're doing. I'm not gonna go over it, just so everyone's aware. Please be very careful. You're gonna type your class. You're gonna rate the class on 1 to 3. 1 meaning you need more practice, 2 means you did okay, and 3 means you get this very well. Okay, number 3, you're gonna read it and do exactly what we did. Number 4, you're writing your answer as 3 numbers. So this will be 3 numbers as an answer, short response. And number 5, the same exact thing. You're setting up your labels. You have to know your labels from the question. Same thing on your exit ticket. Anyone have any questions?
No.
Okay, so Arlenis, can you just do question 3 for us?
A recipe for lemonade calls for 1 cup of sugar and 5 cups of water. How much sugar is used per cup? Okay, so we are going to step 1, find the cost of. Okay, so step 1, cost between the sugar and the cups.
Mhm. So sugar, she said, and the water. X for sugar, D for W for water.
Okay, and then we're going to find out the unit rate. So we're gonna do, I believe it's 1/5, and then you're gonna do
Think about what the word per means.
1.
Figure out your missing number.
So we're gonna do 1 times 1, I guess. 5 divided by 1 is 5. 5 divided by 5.
What you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator, right, Orlando? She said divide by 5, so
So the numerator, I think that, yeah, the numerator becomes a 5. So it's gonna equal 5/1.
it's going to equal 5/1 or 1/5, because you're dividing 1 by 5.
1/5. 1/5.
Careful there, okay? Because if you would have said 5/1, this would have to be written differently in order for you to get that solution. So what do you pick on number 3, young lady?
So you're going to pick the second choice, 1/5 cups of sugar.
Okay, real quick. Let's see. Shaylin, can you try number 4? Shay? Uh-oh. I see something in the chat. Okay. Shay, are you able to unmute?
She's off of mute.
Okay, Shay, can you read number 4? I know you can do this. If not, Shay, you can call on someone to help you. Here, there are 230 calories in 4 ounces. How many calories are in 6 ounces? What do you do? I think she's having a difficult time. Are you having a difficult time with volume? How about Daniela? Daniela, do number 4.
Okay, so as we can see, there are 230 calories in 4 ounces. So if you take that number and divide it, take those numbers and divide them, you get 57.5. Then you multiply that by 6 and you get 345.
Nice job, Daniela. Daniela, when you got that 57.5, what did you actually find?
Wait, what?
When you got that 57.5, what is that called?
A decimal?
It is a decimal, but you want to figure out how much one is. So what did you find? We worked with it last week, remember?
The unit rate.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, you guys see how she got that?
It was just loading.
All right, so, okay, you're gonna do question 5 on your own. We're gonna hit stop share main section, leave room, everybody.
Woo.
I was gonna ask you, Mr. R, how did your breakout room go? Can somebody, whoever the captains were in Mr. R's room, can you give quick feedback? How did it go in there?
The breakout room was good because I was confused, but Mr. R actually explained with us, and I think helped me a lot.
Okay. Would someone like to provide feedback that was in the Miss Cannell and Mr. Haas room? Maybe Arlenis or Shaylin or somebody, anybody?
It was good because I myself was confused and it was a difficult lesson, but the more we got help, the more we understood it.
Okay. What I noticed is that if you guys are not labeling and following the steps in order, because we had a little issue here, like we made a little mistake, right? Remember when we found our mistake with the meters? The word per, guys, means 1. So because we forgot that per meant 1, we made a mistake putting the numbers in. So you always have to have those labels and then read the first sentence to figure out the first fraction, and then read the next 2 sentences to get the other. Would you agree with that, Arlenis?
Yes.
What about you, Mr. Haas? Anything that you saw that stuck out to you?
Yeah, that's what I was seeing as well. The unit rate. Some people want to use different approaches, which is nice though. Is there a lot of ways you could go about these?
All right, guys, so finish up independent exit ticket. And these will be, everything will be closed out today at 4:15. There's office hours right after, so if you're unsure, still confused, please feel free to stay with us. We got 6 more minutes, folks. Once you're done, just type in the chat, or you can come off mute and say you're done. It's okay, Shay, no worries. You're back. That's all that matters. You're here. I'm done. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Remember, if you don't earn 100 on both, we expect you to stay for your benefit, okay? It's not because we're being mean. It's because we care and we want to help you guys learn from your mistakes. I made a mistake and it's cool. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. All right, let's see what's going on. I hope, let's see. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right. Shout out to Joseph for receiving 100. Shout out to Arlenis. Shay, you missed a few. You got some blank. Can you go back and try that again, please, Shaylin? Go back and try that again, Shay. You left something blank. Can you try it again, please? Thank you. Daniela, I didn't see your independent come through. Angie, just at the end, just stay back so we can go over what you had a question on. Let's see the exit ticket. Yes, Nahaidalin.
I forgot what was the question. What was the answer for question 4?
Oh, you're gonna have to try to figure that out. Okay,
Yes,
I can't. Huh?
I have so I was doing my exit ticket and I didn't even get to finish it, and I didn't even get to finish it, and then it submitted by itself, and then it says I got one question wrong when I had not even answered it yet.
Okay, Artemis, because your independent practice was perfect. So I'll allow you to go back and check it, but just be very careful next time, okay, kiddo?
Okay.
Kevin, just make sure at the end you stay back so we can help you on what you got wrong, okay, bud? All right, do some iReady though. You have 3 minutes. We need some iReady done, guys. Remember, 2 hours this week. Miss Cannell, I'm confused with question. So question 4 is you have to figure out the equivalent ratios. Okay, that's what it means. What says which is not a proportion. Thinking about what you multiply your numerator and denominator by. Okay, I hope that helps you, Isabella. Does that clear up your question? Okay, so then use that to try to figure that out, okay? So far we are at, just to give you a little time, we're at 85.7 correct on your exit ticket for question 2. We're at 85.7 correct for definition of proportion. And we're at 74%, oh sorry, not 74, 72% for which is not a proportion. So that looks really good on that front. Let's look at the independent practice. It's supposed to, we shoot for 75 and 80%, but today's only the first day. So that's not so bad for the first day, if you ask me. We are at the following for question. So question 3, the sugar and water, we're at 87.3%. The short response that had 3 numbers, we're at 77%, correct? And then question 5 with the oatmeal cookie and raisin, we were at 87.3% correct. So good for you guys. Okay, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to post up the link for the students again, because they asked for the, I'm just going to share my screen, the office hours. Some of the students were asking, hey, where's the link for office hours as you were doing that? And I was just checking your feedback. Mr. R asked for me to put that up, so I'm going to put that up. Let me go into, let's go here. Let's go back because we want students to attend. So here is the office hour.
Today's office that will begin at 2:20 p.m. today.
It's actually the link that you guys are already in. So if you're already here, you don't have to go any farther.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're here, just stay here because we always use your link to continue on. So there that goes. And bam, we have it. Hey guys, it is 2:20. So if you feel you need extra help, feel free to stay back. If not, then just make sure you do your iReady and just make sure that if you did not submit that math project on unit rate, that it's really overdue now, that if we don't have it by the end of today, guys, we said in the beginning, unfortunately, it'll be marked as a 0 because now it is very, very late. Okay, and shout out to those that did a great job. Like Arlenis, I know yours was great. Sir Isabella, Joseph's was good. Alan, if you don't need any assistance, you're free to go, bud. Make sure you do your iReady, all right? We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Stay.
Wait, Kevin, no, you're going to stay back for a sec.